Looks like I'm having some issues with my webcam. Sorry, guys. So I was looking into the next couple of days. I mean, we did have a move to the upside here between the 6th into the 7th. And it was off of like a drop, and then we had this move higher. But I was definitely expecting more of a move than that. It's possible that it comes a little later, but that's what I'm trying to determine. Because we've got an Ace of Cups tomorrow, opportunity in the midst of decline to open up a long position. And there's definite day trade in there. Probably a long position in this call. I mean, in this low here, opening up a long position and then closing that long position around, let's say, like 2 o'clock. There's also kind of a trade at the end of the day, like a short trade at the end of the day, but I probably would steer clear of it just because of the direction of the day. Yeah, I'm back. Hey, Conrad. I'm back in New York. It's pretty interesting. The air quality is so bad in New York City right now that like they're advising people to keep their windows closed and AC on because there's like over 500 forest fires in Quebec, and the air quality is being affected here in New York City. When you walk outside, it smells like burning wood. For an East Coaster, that's really weird. If you're on the West Coast, you're like, yeah, okay, just another day. But here in New York, very strange. 4 point move. I would have expected more there. Um, it is a nullified gain card, however. Nullified, difficult to read when in the theme position. We should see a trough here or a low at the end of the day. Not the best reading, I have to say. Like this, there's a peak here. What is this? 130. So a little bit after there was like this peak here, but even so, like I would have expected to see something like that at a higher level. Can't be right all the time. What are you gonna do? It's okay to be right most of the time. um, but with that said, we probably do have this low at the end of the day. Yeah, like the sky's yellow and it's like all the way down to like the street almost. Hey, Vanessa. You're expiring June 30th. What's the strike price on those calls, Vanessa? Oh, Vanessa, I'm sorry. Uh, the strike price on those June 30 options. I have no idea what that means, 266, but yes, I've lived in and out of Manhattan my whole life, like back and forth, moved back, moved away, moved back. I've never seen the air like this, not even close. Thanks, AV, appreciate it. I'm sort of having a shit day, and this reading's just like, excuse me, this reading's just kind of like adding to it. This is really not one of my best readings. We did have this happiness ruin right here, prominent peak or crest that we sell off through multiple support levels. It's just, I didn't see it going that deep. I saw it turning around midday and then a low at the end of the day. We may very well still have a low at the end of the day. It's very possible based on how things are transpiring. And there's a trade opportunity at the low, which is important, guys. There's a trade opportunity at the low. Strike price 428. I got that negative comment. That was probably the worst comment anybody's ever written on my channel. I saw it today. Like, just because you lose money doesn't mean that the system's whack. Like, take some fucking responsibility for your own trading. Guys, tell me honestly, should I ban that person? Because what frustrates me is I don't like taking down comments. I feel like they should stay up for the most part. But in order for me to ban him, it like removes all of his comments, and I'm kind of like on the fence about banning that person because it was so offensive. Like, where do you get off? I spent my whole life developing this system. I've had to go through so many difficulties just to get this far. The channel doesn't grow fast like other channels. It grows steady, but not fast. Last thing I need is some irresponsible trader blaming it on the channel and leaving it there as a comment, you know? What do you guys think I should do about that? 428. So, I was really expecting more of a move here. Wow. I think we're probably going lower into next week, Winesso. So it might make sense to like get in. I like the calls for June 30th, but it might make sense to get in at a lower price. If that makes sense. Like, the trough that we have probably here on the 16th. On the, well, the trade is here on the 14th. It's probably a better place here on the 14th to get in. And what frustrates me is that the Princess of Discs is really not an easy card to read for direction. Like, it's combined. Usually I get more insight when I go and I look at it on the daily, but on the daily it's also kind of a mix. Sometimes the Ace of Cups is mostly decline and then a move higher at the end. Sometimes it's a decline at the beginning and the rest of the day it's bullish, and it's kind of hard to determine what's going on here. It's kind of back and forth, highs and lows within close proximity to each other. I think probably we might go a little higher tomorrow at some point, but I think probably what you want to do is utilize the decline to open up a long position and close the long position in this crest on the 9th. Let me see. I would probably wait until tomorrow to close out of long position and then wait for a better opportunity around the, what did we say, the 9th? Around the 14th. Around the 14th to get into a long position. To get into a long position. pretty big move on the 20th to the upside. Another one, it looks like early in the day or on the late in the day on the 21st or early in the day on the 22nd. Hey, Tabraze. Okay, so 420 SPY. I'll remove it. I think that's probably the best thing. Appreciate the advice, guys. All right, so 420 on SPY. I think it's quite possible that we see 420 on SPY. We're at 426. We're going to see some decline here. Probably do something like this. What happened? Wow, really? Unbelievable. There we go. Sorry, guys. All right, so green. I want this in green. Or I mean in red. Let's probably do something like... Yeah, okay, so I think probably the 14th is when you want to get out of the short. If you're in a short position, you probably want to close that short position on the 14th. I would say you want to be in a short position with Nesso rather than a long position going into next week. And then probably get back into a long position when you close the short position on the 14th. My bad, guys, about this. I mean, there's a move there. There is a move there from yesterday's open to today's open and then a little bit higher, but really I would have expected a move like this based on the cards. So with that said, my bad, guys. Even so, I do see a lower price level here on the 14th. I don't think it's going to get to the lows for the month. Right, so let's put in the low for where the low is for the month thus far. And then if we do it by the wick of the candlestick, then it would be down here, but usually you go by the candlestick body. Intraday, though, that's the low. So we probably see something around here, and then probably another... That's handy. Something E-Trade did right. Alright, so that's the 14th, right? So the 12th and the 14th, we should have like this double low, and then if we do see the same price like the lows again, it would be here at the end of the week. But I don't think we're going to see quite the lows. And then we have this move higher here. It's kind of like a sideways fluctuating rally into the end of the month. Let's see. Let's put in the green too. And I want to make sure I didn't forget anybody here. So 420 probably, 420 AV, 420 probably, if we do see it, it's going to be somewhere next week. As far as Tesla, I'm all discombobulated from my move. Like all my stuff's like rearranged. Oops. All right, so for Tesla, $200 next week. I think if we see 200, it'll most likely be on the 15th or the 20th, is my sense. Either the 15th or the 20th will probably, if we see 200, let's see if we see 200. Let's go like this. I got a no for that. Do we see 210? I got a yes for 210. $205. Do we see 205? I got a yes for 205. Yeah, so regarding that comment, I am going to remove it. I appreciate the advice, guys. And I'll just point out, that's the only negative comment I've seen since I started the channel from somebody who's actually utilized the information, not saying something. Hey, Round Earth. A rally for Bitcoin next week? It's pretty choppy next week. Let me see how we're doing thus far. It's pretty choppy. I wouldn't say it's straight rally next week. It's actually looking like really choppy, and then around like the 13th and 14th there should be a drop there, and then a pop after the drop. But I would say overall, I do want to be in a long position moving into the high there on the 23rd. And these are most likely, here was the double low. What is this, the fourth, fifth? This is the fifth, sixth. So it looks like I was off by a day. I got the fourth, fifth. It looks like it was the fifth, sixth that we had a low here, double low. Um, so, I mean, you could get into a long position probably at these levels, although it's not advised to do so here. And overall, you'd probably be happy by the end of the month. But there's going to be better opportunities to be in to get into a long position in the next week. Hope that helps. And 40K on Bitcoin. I think we probably see it by the end of the year. I got a yes on that by the end of the year. Conrad, hey Conrad. Sorry, I got took me so long to get to this one for you. Yeah, I would say into the 14th. As you want to have a short position into the 14th. That is correct. Hey, Proof. How you doing, my man? Is Bitcoin going to be lower tomorrow? I think we probably do some sideways rotation with like a move to the upside at the end of the day tomorrow. And then on the 9th, we dip pretty hard through multiple supports. Like, it's possible we see these lows again around like the 11th or 12th, 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere in there. It's possible we see these lows again because we're not that far from them. But tomorrow, it's like here on the cusp is where we have a trough. Keep in mind, these lowest lows are off by a day, but what I'm seeing on the sequence of events is sidewaysy behavior here into tomorrow, and then a big move higher, ending that sideways rotation, followed by a drop. IWM has been strong. Will there be a rotation to small caps the next few days, or will it go down with the rest of the market? Will there be a rotation into small caps next few days? I got a no for rotation, down with the rest of the market. I got a yes with down with the rest of the market. Quick question, will tomorrow's high be in the morning or afternoon? Let's take a look. It's the 7th, right? Okay, so man, when Esso, it's a really hard day for me to determine that. I know we have a high and a low in the morning, and I think we probably have another high at the end of the day. Whether it's higher than the high of the morning is I'm not able to determine that. I can't see that. But it does look like here you want to open up a long position, close a long position for a day trade here at the end of the day. Probably go higher on the 9th. And then there's some drops here. Last week of June. Yeah, so but on the sequence of events, when I'm looking at so on the 1 year, probably that the sequence of events has a decline around the end of June, but my sense is that that's actually going to be at the beginning of August. Looking at the August reading, let me see, or excuse me, July, the beginning of July. Yeah, yeah. um, Looks like we have a decline in the first week of July. So on the sequence of events, it really ends up being in the first week of July. It's kind of like a rally, like a sideways fluctuating rally in the last 2 weeks that precedes this decline in early July, where we probably have lowest lows early in the month of July as well. If Oh wait, that was Bitcoin. Let me take a look again. Sorry guys, I was looking at Bitcoin. Hmm. So in the S&P 500 July, which guys, the soonest you can get that is on the mailing list on our website, Tarot for Traders. That's as soon as you can get it for free. You get it sooner in early access. That should be up in early access already. If it's not up in early access, guys, let me know because July should be up by now on early access. I have somebody post it for me. And it looks like probably there's a bit of a decline towards the like, well, we have the 4th off in July and half day on the 3rd, but like looks like the remainder of that week's a bit of a decline. Yeah, appreciate that, Conrad. Like, how could you, like, if you trade like a responsible trader, like how could you not make money overall with this information? I just can't believe that that guy wrote that. Like, what a just add insult to injury on a really bad day for me. Hey, Carolyn. Pick up coin. I'm pretty sure I did a 1 year for coin. Yep. All right, let's take a look here. Oof, what a dump. So that's that peak here. Oh, that's that peak here. And this is really, these lows here towards the end of the month of June. So we're probably going lower into this. The question was, pick up coin on this dump. I would say no. I would wait until the lowest low that takes place on the cusp of July, August to pick up coin. And then it looks like we have several highs into November. To Braze, do I see NIO at $10 in June? I'm getting a maybe, which means that there might be. Do we go higher than $10? Oops. Yeah, I think we probably get higher than $10. No, we don't get higher than $10. We do get a $10. We get a $10 price range. What I'm seeing there. Hey, Angfin. When is a good time to open a long position on PLTR? That's interesting. Where's the digital file? So I don't have a markup for 2023, but I do have cards that I can look at. So we can look at the classical analysis. Right, so end of May opportunity, or excuse me, beginning of June opportunity here before a big move to the upside. That's so we're in the Prince of Wands right now. We should see more upside into July. Be mindful. So like reaching for like a distant resistance in July could be the $20 mark. I think there's a pretty good chance that we hit $20 on in early July for PLTR. So if you want to get into a long position in like the next few days, let's see. Thursday, Friday. Sorry. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, Friday. Looks like we go higher tomorrow, and then on Friday we sell from a overbought peak or crest and into a low probably first thing in the morning on Monday. That would be an opportunity to get into a long position, but it may still be a higher price level than where we currently are based on the move that we see tomorrow. That's PLTR, guys. So for SPY, it would be optimal if we could get into shorts during some tops if they happen to pop up during choppy days. Yeah, I would say if you get some nice price level crests between tomorrow and like, I would say either tomorrow or the next day, if you have an opportunity to open up a short position, probably do that in anticipation of the 14th. I would say though, if Monday morning you're profitable, take profits Monday morning because it's going to be like basically the same opportunity on the 14th. Better to get out early than late. Hey, Robert. Is RUM going to be bullish in the next few days or over the next few days? Let's see. It's looking pretty bearish on Monday and Tuesday, probably on Friday as well. Wednesday's a pretty big move higher. Tomorrow's a little difficult to determine. I got the full card. We probably move higher before we decline. Appreciate it, Robert. He's talking about early access subscription, which you get on our website, Tarot for Traders. All of the free posts on YouTube you can get way earlier. Basically, when I schedule them on YouTube, I post them the same day that I'm scheduling them for later on YouTube. I post the same day on the early access, so you're getting them usually like a month ahead. Not always, but you're getting them way ahead of public, and it's only $29 a month. It's a really great way to support the channel. Appreciate the warm words, guys. I'm having a rough day. And when I get comment like that, like, man, you know, it's not easy to do what I do and then to have the balls to put it online where you can take a chart and look against it. Like, come on, grow up, man. Take some responsibility for not being able to trade. What he probably did is he was like, oh, he's right. And he put everything down on it, like, exactly what I tell you every single day not ever to do, because you will be wrong. Like, the universe works that way. Don't do something you know you shouldn't do because you think you're justified by this information. Trade responsibly, you will make a lot of money. When would be the best time to open a short going into next week? Oh, are we doing that again? I don't know why he keeps doing that to me. Oh, there is a trade opportunity. I missed this. There's a trade opportunity here on the 13th. So that would be a good place to get into a short, and probably towards the end of the day tomorrow. Let's take a look at the daily and see how that looks. Actually, it looks like probably there's a brief peak that's easily missed here, about like a little bit before midday or around midday, a little bit before midday, brief peak that's easily missed. That's probably an opportunity to get into a short there. You could probably get into a short here at this night of discs on the 8th. When we have this fast sudden move higher marking the end of that period of sideways rotation. And that fast sudden move higher will come before this like little bit of sideways fluctuating decline into the close. BNB Binance for early October. Did I do a 1 year on that yet? If I didn't, I've been meaning to. I didn't. Did I do one? All right, so BNB Binance. Early October. All right, so June, July, August, September, October. So there's an important technical price level highlighted in June. It's probably this price level here, around the 300 mark. And then we have a big move in July reaching for distant resistance. But overall, I'm thinking that it's probably bearish moving into October. Or October is the indolence card, so a brief peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple support levels. I pulled one card to kind of give me the overall trend for all of those months combined, and I got a decline through multiple support levels, so I'd be mindful of that. Oil caught a bid today. Will CVX see 170 this month? I got a yes. I got a yes for 170. Be mindful of Chevron, though. Chevron has done a lot of damage to the environment, so be mindful of the karma of that stock. You're welcome to Greece. Does that mean AI hype will last till early July? I got a yes for that. Thank you, Anfin. I really appreciate it. I could use the positive energy. I have a narcissistic personality disorder person in my family, in my immediate family. that I do everything I can to pretty much like avoid dealing with that person anymore. It's just they're toxic and somehow they find a way into my life every now and again. So here they are causing trouble again. Appreciate the good vibes. I also kind of miss Florida. I had a lot of fun in Florida. I really want to move back to Florida. Hey Taro, if you have time for another question, Netflix short. Good time for a Netflix short. Yeah, I would say so. You could get out of the short tomorrow, make a nice little chunk of change there probably, or you could probably, looks like there's a low midday on the 9th, or you could hold the short position until the low on the 16th, but they call it short for a reason. Remember that, Carolyn. They call it short for a reason. So you're better off doing a short trade when you're short, right? Which would be overnight into tomorrow, maybe the following day. Holding it until the 16th is speculative, in my opinion, even though that's where the lowest low is most likely to be. There are the 21st, might be the 21st actually, the 20th or the 21st. One of those 3 days. But yeah, you could make some money doing that. For Meta, should we open calls in the decline tomorrow? Probably not. Um, that's the 9th is going to be a high. Is going to be a pretty significant high. If you're going to open up a long position, you might want to do that on the 12th, but it's the 13th is a lowest low correlation, so that even that looks unwise. Um, Yeah, I would probably open up a long position on the 12th in the midst of a decline on the 12th and hold that long position into the end of the month where we have that high. We'll probably see the same price level again, like the high that we have. Either here or it's on the 9th. Um, the reason why I wouldn't try and do a call tomorrow per se is because this rune right here, it means that there's some sort of deception. Something's not going to go exactly as planned here, so I'd probably avoid that. But there's a multi-day kind of position, long position opportunity here on the 12th. You could hold that. Might seem ugly the following day, might not. Um, and then hold that until like the 28th. So I'd say probably where we drop on the 12th, 13th, I'd open up the long and look to exit that long position either right around the same high which was like 276.85 ish. Or it could go higher. I think it's probably going to be the same high, but it could go higher. And welcome Priya Venodhiri. I hope I said that right. That Vinodhini. Vinodhini. I think I said that right. I hope I said that right. Well, welcome. And then Jets fans. Yeah, it's my sister. She never really got over the fact I was born, and it's just gotten worse and worse as the years have progressed. And I don't want to deal with her anymore. Like everything is somehow an offense against her. Everything, even when you're doing her favors. I hope that she finds the help that she needs, the healing that she needs. I used to root for the Jets, but I'm not really into sports so much. All right, guys. I guess that's it. We went way over today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. I appreciate all the warm wishes and advice about that comment, guys. It means a lot. I'll see you guys tomorrow.